Hi guys, Tom McKeown, www.yourtruechange.com. Today we're going to talk about why most of you are not making more money. And it is something that is just so simple, but way too many people overcomplicate the hell out of it, right? Most people think that they're not earning more for reasons like, my boss doesn't like me, or I didn't get the promotion, or, I'm not working hard enough, or I'm in the wrong field at the wrong time. And those certainly could be reasons that have truth to them, right? Those certainly could be legitimate reasons for why you're not making more money. But the reality is that when it comes to 8 out of 10 people, there's a better and more simple reason more legitimate reason why the vast majority of you are not making more money. And it really comes down to this. Most of you are only playing one game on one channel per given time, right? Whereas the successful people, the people who are making a lot of money, in most cases are people that are playing multiple games on multiple channels at once. And then what does that mean? It doesn't mean that they're focusing on all these projects and doing all these jobs and overwhelming their brains. It means that they are, if you call it, diversifying their portfolio. They are involved, or they have multiple eggs in multiple baskets. And what I mean by that is they know more people, they're better well networked, and they're looking in multiple different avenues at once. Whereas the vast majority of people are only looking in one particular avenue and dealing with one opportunity right here. This is what most people do. They have one job, they go to work, and they simply look for an advancement in income and an advancement in position and an advancement in recognition and some sort of promotion in that one job or field. And when they don't get it, they say, okay, I'm going to either wait more years and years and years, or they go to another company. And in many cases, they have to start all over, and they've got to, they've got to really wait again, right? And sometimes people get lucky and people get it, but in many cases they don't, right? And in that one job, in that one avenue, there's really only so much success that one can really squeeze out of, right? It's kind of like an over-squeezed lemon. When you're relying on one job, one form of employment, you're really trying to over-squeeze a lemon, right? Whereas the more wealthy people, the more successful people, okay, yeah, sure, some of them have silver spoons in their mouth, but many of them, what they're doing is they're casting multiple webs, okay? And what I mean by that, I don't mean that they're trying to start and trying to join multiple companies. I mean that they're forming multiple relationships. They're looking in multiple different directions, right? A successful person who is an executive is typically someone who has networked with many different people, not just in their company, but in multiple other companies, right? Have become sort of a rainmaker, where people, when they're evaluating, when a board is evaluating that candidate, and they're saying, okay, so-and-so has done their job really well. They've come to work every single day. They have their hair combed and their tie tied, and they performed very well. But what kind of value are they going to bring to the company? Do they have any outside relationships? Not really. Are they going to bring more value based on what they've done in the industry? Not really, but they do their job really well. Well, that doesn't cut it. They want the person that has formed relationships, that has casted a web, that has built respect, right? So these are people who are blogging. These are people who are in magazines and trade journals. These are people who are speaking. These are people who have big social media presences, right? These are people who are going out and they're casting multiple webs at once and building a network. They're going to networking events. They're speaking. They have a big presence in social media. They certainly have their own website. They are looking to form new partnerships all the time. They are the rainmakers. They are the ones who are on every channel. They are the ones who are bringing in new business. So, the best way to look at it is, it doesn't matter if you drive a Ferrari, but if you're stuck on the 405 in Los Angeles or the Bruckner Expressway in New York, and it's in bumper-to-bumper traffic, and you can't move more than 25 miles an hour, right? Even if you have, a dead 85 Plymouth Reliant, back there, but you have an open highway, you'll go a lot quicker, right? It's about putting yourself on the right channels, not putting yourself in the channels where everybody else is, and, competing to squeeze as much out of that lemon as possible. These people here are squeezing a little bit out of this lemon, but they're going after multiple different channels because they're realizing that chances are, if my relationship with X doesn't work out, it's going to work out from this channel right here, okay? So they're looking in multiple different directions at once, right, to try to get that, big home run, or to get those, small wins over time that are eventually going to bring them over the top, right? You almost have to look at it as an investment portfolio, right? People that buy individual stocks, well, it's hit or miss, right? Whereas people that put their money, in a mutual fund or in an ETF or a more balanced asset portfolio class over time, they're typically going to see some small gains, right? Or, and what happens is maybe they say, okay, from this channel, and this channel, these might fail, but one of these channels is going to succeed and hit a home run. It's almost like how venture capitalists work, right? Where, for every 6 or 7 ventures that they invest in, they're going to find that home run, right? So they might spend, a couple $100 million per investment in about 4 or 5 ventures until one that makes them a couple $billion and makes up for all the losses, right, and gives them gains. That's the way you have to look at it, okay? So if you're in a job, you need to be out there looking at different options around you. Can you maybe, one, start another business on the side, okay? Look and see what types of businesses are out there. If you don't have the capital, look at a low-cost, maybe home-based business like a network marketing business or an internet business or something that you can do, on the weekends, right? That's, low cost, right? You might want to be, investing, okay? So you might want to be a day trader, or you might want to go for the long play and maybe focus more on the finance side, okay? Go for other stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, and indexes on top of your current job, right? Or you might want to be going to school on the side for something else and something new in case, something happens with your job and you say, okay, you know what, I've got a master's or an accreditation of some sort to go to a new career, right? So you want to be kind of casting multiple different insurance policies, right? One of the best things that you could be doing is blogging about something that you're really interested in, to position yourself as an expert and someone that cares and someone that is someone that is a go-to person, a go-to source for a given industry, right? So if you're working, as an IT supervisor, but you really want to be a specialist on, making balloons, but at the same time you realize that, you don't really have the time, and you're not going to get paid that much for going and making balloons at kids' parties on the weekends to offset your income. You do it online and write and blog about different balloon designs and how to do, best practices in the industry, etc. Okay, and try to scale that and become an expert, go-to source and know-how, right? So that's just one example, and on top of that, you might want to be investing. On top of that, you might want to be looking at real estate. On top of that, you might want to be involved in a network marketing business. I'm not saying to explode your life with tons of different activities to the point where you can't even breathe, but I'm saying diversify your portfolio of activity and reliance, because if you're feeling like you're squeezing this lemon and you're not going to get much more, instead of waiting for this to kind of explode or to end and have to start over, it's always best to be casting multiple nets and meet as many people and network with as many people as possible. Keep your foot in multiple different hallways, not just one, because you can never rely on one in today's economy. Be the networker, okay? Be the person that is going after multiple fruits where one of them or multiple of them will bear even though the other ones don't. Don't be the one that sucks all the juice out of the lemon until you're crunching on the seeds. I'm Tom McKeown. That's www.yourtruechange.com. Until next time.